Welcome to Hiking Adventures with Mark Winfield. Patty and I are heading to Cape Chegnecto Provincial Park, which is in a bit of an out-of-the-way area of Nova Scotia, and the drive down is very worthwhile. We're here to do a 4-day hike of the Cape Chegnecto Trail, which is one of the most difficult but also beautiful hikes in Nova Scotia. Here we are at Chignecto Provincial Park. We're just getting ready to head on our way. We're going to be heading over in that direction. We're just beginning our hike. We've just this moment left the visitor center. And away we go. After about 100 yards, we've come to our first fork in the road. We're heading towards Eatonville, which is going on this loop trail in a counterclockwise direction. Now, the park just opened today, and there were 4 or 5 other groups of hikers apparently heading out today. We're the first to arrive, but they're all going in a clockwise direction. So we probably won't see them until our second day of hiking. Our first view. A little while ago, we went off the narrow woods road. We've been traveling on a single track through the woods for about 1 kilometer, and we can see that we are approaching the coast. We haven't yet reached the fork in the trail where the actual loop of the trail starts. Bit of a clearing here by the coast, or the top of a cliff. You can see an island over there. I don't know the name of it, but I'll find that out. We're about 3 kilometers in on our hike, and we've been descending a little bit the last little while, and we've come across these stairs, which take us down to a bridge across a stream. This apparently is a McGaney Brook, and nice little woodland stream. And we're at a crossroads. This is our first good view of the coastline. It's beautiful. Looks like it's high tide at the moment. We've hiked for 4 kilometers, and we've reached the end of the out and back portion of the trail. If we were to go clockwise on the trail, we would go up here to Cape Chegnecto. But we're going counterclockwise, so we're heading over here on this trail. Nova Scotia is woodtick country, and when you're on the trails, where they find you is when you've got to brush up against vegetation like we do here. Generally speaking, on the open parts of the trail, they can't find you because there's no place for them to jump on for a ride. The forest has been mixed, but we've come across this stretch at least that is evergreen, gives a little bit different landscape. Interesting little spot in the woods where two streams actually come together. At different spots along the trail, we came across these beautiful lady slippers, which are quite uncommon. We're walking alongside a stream, which I could be mistaken, but I think this might be Eatonville Stream. We're wading across this little stream. Put our sandals on so we don't get our boots wet. And we're up close here to this beaver dam, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen the beaver yet. We're not sure how close to Eatonville we are, or Eatonville, but we think we're quite close. Our electronics says that we've hiked about 14 kilometers today, and that's how far it's supposed to be to Eatonville. We'll see. We're the first hikers on the trail this year. Today's the first day the park has been open. As you can see, this is just one of many blowdowns we've come across. Still a lot of trail maintenance to be done. We all snuggled up there?
We are all snuggled up. We're all ready to
have a good night's sleep.
Have a good night's sleep.
We arrived at the Eatonville campsites in the middle of the afternoon. It had been a very hot day with no wind at all and bugs like we've never seen before, so we were pretty well pooped. Started day 2 of leaving Eatonville campground. We got our coffee into us and our oatmeal. It was very nice having this stream nearby because we were able to get ourselves cleaned up. And this branch here is where we hung our food last night. And this was our bathtub. Looks like a nasty climb. The last kilometer or so has been heading uphill. One steep grade, but mostly relatively gentle like this. Trail's rough. There's a lot of muddy spots on the trail, just like there was yesterday. We're just catching our first glimpse of the coast through the trees. We've been climbing uphill ever since we left the campsite. And according to my Garmin, we're at an elevation of 113 meters, which is probably about 350 feet. Though it seems like we climbed more than that. And there's my girl Patty. Woohoo! Woohoo! So it appears that we're heading down. We lost sight of the coast. I hate to say it out loud, but the bugs aren't as bad today as they were yesterday. We've been going up and down inland from when we first saw the coast, and now we're back inside of the Bay of Fundy. Trail is still difficult, though it doesn't seem to be as muddy as it was yesterday, though you got obstacles like this that come along. Here's Patty photographing a butterfly that she's found. She's got a good eye for these things. So we're about 4 kilometers out of the Eatonville campsites. There's lots to see along the stretcher trail, and we can see 2 spires now, whereas on the earlier angles back a ways we could only see 1 spire. Very cool. We've come to the first open space along the shore, and now off there in the distance we can see 4 spires, 3 large ones and 1 small one. It's beautiful. Take a break, get a snack, lots of nice views. We're at Seal Cove, or just above Seal Cove.
Somebody put a rock there.
I believe that's Seal Cove there. Patty just saw a seal down there. I don't imagine we'll be able to pick it up here. There's a seal down there, taking the sun in on the rocks. We're a lot of the way down this very steep trail that comes down towards the shore, and this is what we get to see. Very nice. Gorgeous. We're down at the bottom. Looks like we cross that stream and head up those stairs. Keep smiling. doing a lot of climbs, but thankfully we're on a bit of a flat stretch of trail. It'd be nice if this would persist for a while. Here's our campsite on the third morning of our hike. Making breakfast. Patty's packing up things in the tent. On paper, day 2 was more difficult, but in fact it was easier because the weather was more reasonable, there were no bugs, and there was lots to see. We're all packed up, ready to start our hike today on day 3 to Refugee Cove, which is only, I think, about 9 kilometers, so should be an easier day. Beginning of day 3. Nice day, no clouds in the sky. This is the beach at Big Bald Rock. A lot of mud on this trail, but you do get to see some nice sights. We're at our first look off of the day. Not very far in, about half a kilometer. That's our destination, Refugee Cove. And we're at Little Bald Rock. And so we've come 2.2 kilometers because we started at Big Bald Rock. Pleasant place for a snack on the trail. Nice view. Definitely a primitive trail here. Tons of mud on this trail. We're at a look off, probably halfway to Refugee Cove, and a really nice view here. There's a beach there. We're getting closer to that island. I don't know what the name of it is yet, but we'll find out. This is where we've come from. Today we were starting at Big Bald Rock about 5 kilometers ago. Seems further than that though. It's under 2 kilometers to Refugee Cove, which is our destination for the day. And the trail has turned civilized here, whereas earlier on it was quite primitive actually, and rough and boggy and so on. We're quite enjoying a reasonable trail to walk on. That island that we've been seeing in the distance, which we don't know the name of, is no longer in the distance. It's directly offshore, so we've made some headway. We're at Refugee Cove, and we're just going to check out the prospects of setting up camp on the beach. The trail into Refugee Cove traveled along the edge of this cliff up there, and along there, and then headed down into the valley, and there's a stream that empties into this valley. There's a cave up near the top of this rock face. Pretty cool. This is our campsite in Refugee Cove. Very nice. Day 3 was an excellent day. Shorter hike and perfect weather and no bugs. We camped on the shore, and I must say that Refugee Cove is a special place. So it looks like another nice day. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're hitting the trail again. Saying goodbye to Refugee Cove. We're climbing out of Refugee Cove up this double track kind of road. Nasty climb to start your day with. So we are 1.1 kilometers from Refugee Cove, where we started at sea level, and we've climbed 178 meters already. And it's a tough way to start your day, but it is a nice day. There's a nice breeze, there's no clouds in the sky, it's a reasonable temperature. Here's my girl getting all prettied up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And away we go, up this way, back to Red Rocks, the last day of our hike. hiked about 3 kilometers, and since that nasty hill, the last 2 kilometers or so have been through quite friendly forest paths, reasonably level, quite pleasant actually, and looks like we're coming back to the coast. We've reached Arch Gulch Cabin, and we had a privy there. I'm guessing that this part of the trail gets the most use at this little boardwalk here, which of course we didn't see. Patty just fell off it. And I would expect a lot of people would hike out to Refugee Cove, spend the night and hike back. I don't know how Patty saw this little guy on the trail. We've just finished a very long climb down from the high ground that we were at. I'm guessing we've gone down 200 meters or so. A very steep trail over probably a good kilometer. And of course, the way these things go, we got to go back up again, up there. 6 kilometers to Red Rocks, woohoo! We're heading up, and we just met a couple of hikers, one of whom has done this 25 or 27 times. And we're pretty sure he said this is the biggest climb on the trail. We'll see. After climbing 150 meters, came across this bench, very much appreciated. It seemed like a good place to stop and grab a bite to eat.
Open it.
And I think it goes up some more. After climbing 226 meters, we leave the double track, extraordinarily steep trail coming up here, and head on to a regular single path trail, which goes up this way. We just re-entered the woods trail, and it appears we're, for the moment at least, at the top of our climb, back on the flat, which is very welcome. Are you glad about that, Patty?
We did it.
Yes, we did. Patty and I just stopped for a drink of water, and we both realized that we are stinky hikers at this point. So we won't have any trouble with social distancing if we come across people. So we've been walking through the woods for a while on this path. It's been quite friendly now that we had that big climb behind us. And we're back by the coast. We can see the water, but we don't really see any cliffs or shorelines yet, but perhaps later. Through most of the hike, we've been going through mixed forests, which were dominated by evergreens. But along this stretch, which is towards the end of our hike, we're in a hardwood stand. Beautiful trees here. So we're back at the end of our loop. We came down that trail from Cape Chegnecto, and we started up that way at the beginning out to Eatonville. That's part of the coastline that we hiked. There's that island that was always in our view. We recall that Refugee Cove was more or less directly off from that island. And now we head back on the trail down this way. That's Advocate Harbour in the distance there. We just finished another big climb, and we're at 153 meters. On the final stretch, another long day. And so we've finished. Day 4 had the 2 toughest climbs of the hike on it, but it was a long but good day. This trail is a difficult but rewarding hike, and we rate it with 4 stars. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you outdoors.